Give ourselves just a minute.
Live from Austin, Texas, the talk show capital of the world. Tgi Fun Show. Tgi Fun Show.
And now, here's Wild Bill.
Well, hello. What a night. What a night. Welcome to the Tgi Fun Show, live right here from Austin, Texas. Yes, wow. Well, it's been quite the week. Once again, we are all still surviving, doing the best we can. I'm missing my producer, Amanda Lynn, but you know, I have been told that we're going to check in with one of our favorite guests again. Welcome to the Tgi Fun Show. Please give her a round of applause because we didn't last week. Put your hands together for Coronavirus Karen, the TGI favorite of, oh, there she is. In all her glory.
Oh, hi, Bill.
Hello.
How are you?
Karen, how are you doing tonight, babe?
Well, I tell you, it's been an exciting week.
It's been an exciting week. What have you been up to, Karen? You're in the bathtub.
Well, I'll tell you, listen, I thought I'd take a relaxing bath, but then I decided, what? I don't know where that water's been. That's not safe. I'm just going to relax in the bath with my delicious beverage.
A Lone Star beer. So you're in a dry bath. That's ahead of your...
It's a whole new thing. People need to listen again.
A dry bath. That's genius. Last week you got a suspicious package. We think it might have come from Mr. X. Have you been practicing your crossbow? And what did you think of the toilet paper he gave you?
Oh, yeah. I got some more of that. I got it right here. It's I guarantee you. I saw
that Charmin is...
I've been practicing my crossbow. You want to know what I've been doing?
Practicing crossbow. What's your accuracy like these days, Karen? Are you able to defend yourself if you need to?
Well, I don't take it as defense. I take it as a safety measure for the other people, you know. So I've been watching people go into the restaurants.
It's for their defense.
Yeah, I've taken it there, trying to, give them a little scare. I give them the...
You've taken the crossbow to restaurants.
I didn't load it.
Come on. Karen, behave yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Coronavirus Karen, one of our absolute favorites on the show. Thank you for your time, Coronavirus Karen. And now, of course, like we do every week, we're going to break into our top 10 list live all the way from Samstown Point, South Austin, Texas. And thanks to our wonderful contributors online on Facebook, this is the top 10 things Trump's valet said to him right before he sneezed on him. If you haven't been keeping up with the news, Trump's valet now has the coronavirus, and we're all very worried and concerned. These are the top 10 things that the valet might have said to him right before he sneezed on him. Number 10, ladies and gentlemen. Where's your mask, dude? That's okay, not bad. Number 9. Your McNuggets, sir. Not bad. He does like his McNuggets. Number 8. You killed my father. Prepare to die. A little bit of Princess Bride on that one. Not bad. Lucas did that one. Number 7. Hey, you forgot the tip.
Or did he?
How'd you? Number 6. I told you the zoo was closed. Told you the zoo was closed. Number 5. Man, I've never seen a prostitute turn down that much money before. Welcome to the show, Amanda Lynn.
I snuck in.
Amanda snuck in here.
I had to be here for the top 10.
Amanda, I've never seen a prostitute turn down that much money before, it said.
You would know, I'm not
good.
the one.
Number 4, mission accomplished. Throwback to the George W. Bush days. Number 3, from Russia with love. Not bad, not bad. Number 2 from our own Mr. X. That's some bunk blow, Donnie. Achoo! And the number 1 thing Trump's valet said right before he sneezed on Trump. Achoo!
Oh.
Oftentimes, number 1 is not the funniest, but I tell you who is the funniest, and we're going to call her up right now, is my mom,
She
all
is.
the way from Enid, Oklahoma. It's Mother's Day Sunday, and, call your moms, let them know you're thinking about them, let them know you love them. My mom always has an opinion just like me, maybe more. Let's see if she'll answer the phone. Make some noise for my mother, Marilyn K.
Speaking of mothers, Jamie likes the Princess Bride. I do too.
We get mom going here. She might be busy watching the show. I could totally see her missing the call because she's.
Is this Wild Bill?
This is Wild Bill. Is this my mom?
No, this is your big sister.
It's my big sister Abby. Hello, Abby. Make some noise for Abby on the show. Hi, Abby.
Hello. Hello.
Is this Mom?
Yes.
Welcome my mom to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Mom, are you watching along at home?
Well, I was trying, but I can't get on that Twitch thing. It won't let me on tonight.
Well, you're not the only one. I hear that Twitch is quite difficult. It doesn't surprise me that it's giving you problems.
Oh, really? Good. That's comforting.
Is it now? Now, how was your week? Because last week you had a stressful time at the Taco Bell drive-thru.
Yes, I did.
Did we have any more problems in the drive-thru this week?
No, we've had a very good drive-through experience this week.
Good thing. And Sunday is Mother's Day, Mom. You got your card.
Yes, I did. I loved it.
You opened it already. All right. Okay.
Mom opened the card.
She opened it. That's good. It was there.
Yes, I opened it already.
Good.
When
You're
I
celebrating.
get mail, I open it.
Did you shake it upside down hoping there would be a Starbucks card falling out?
There wasn't one, but our Starbucks is closed.
So it doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, well.
Well, is there any big news from the hometown you'd like to report on a Friday night?
Well, not too much. It's 39. It's going to be 39 degrees in the morning here. It's very
What?
cold.
Wow.
A frosty 39 degrees. That's cold.
Yes, we got a frost warning for tomorrow night, and I just planted a lot of garden stuff, got
Oh,
tomato
man.
plants out and everything. So I guess we got to cover all that stuff up.
Have you covered your plants
I'm going to.
tonight?
Tomorrow.
No, tomorrow night when it frosts.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to do it early,
No, we don't like to do
listen,
things early.
Listen.
Well, Mom, it's good to talk to you. I love you. Happy Mother's Day
Thank you, Billy.
in advance. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans out there across the country before you leave?
Just be good to my Wild Bill and the Mandaray.
Oh, thanks.
Well, that's
Happy
so
Mother's
sweet of you, Mom. Wow. Thanks, Mom. Have a good night. We'll talk to you after the show.
Okay, I'm going to keep trying to get on this thing. Do you think I can?
I know you can, Mom. Make some noise for my mom,
Yay.
Marilyn K.
Emily's really excited that Oklahoma is representing, and I agree.
Oklahoma's representing.
Maryland made it in the house. Jamie, you're right.
Yeah, on the show. Yeah.
Also, Emily says she has that same Garfield mug.
I doubt she
It's
has
a good
the same
Garfield mug, isn't it? I don't know. She says it's the same.
I always lose my sheets.
Your sheets.
There we go.
He's
I don't know
losing
where I
his
am in
sheet.
this show. Wow. Well, it's been a great one. Coronavirus Karen showed up before you got here. I don't know if you caught that. You were a little
I
late.
don't think she likes me. I never run into her.
We also spoke to my mother and had a fantastic top 10 list.
It was fun.
Our next guest, so last week we went into the restaurant. We went back into our normal lives. The restaurants opened again. It was very weird. You and I went to a strange land. We went to a place called Bobby's. I thought it was Buddy's. I got in a lot of trouble. Oh my God. It looks like we're there again. So we met Wyatt the waiter, and Wyatt the waiter didn't seem to be treated very fairly. So this time we thought we would go back and talk to Bobby the man himself and just make sure that Wyatt the waiter was being treated fairly. Welcome to the show, the man, the legend, more famous than anybody in Austin, Bobby. Make some noise for Bobby.
Let me get right back with you.
Oh, hey.
Bobby, is that you?
Welcome, Bobby, to the show. Bobby, wow! Thanks for making time with us. I know you're a busy man, and you've got a lot of
money.
I mean, yeah, you make a lot of calls, and you're busy. Thanks for the time. Last week we interviewed Wyatt. We came in for some food, and I just want to make sure everything was okay. I couldn't help but notice it's a little strange that you're here working. We kind of expected to see Wyatt. What's up with Wyatt? Why isn't he working today?
He got the allergies.
He got the
Here's
allergies.
what happened.
He got the allergies.
Definitely the allergies. He's even put some big rub under his nose for some reason. I don't know why.
We saw it.
An
You think he's just got allergies? You don't think it has anything to do with you opening in the first week of business during the outbreak? That
was a good sound business decision. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, the crowd can get behind that. I mean, we have a business savvy.
Wyatt was all for it. Wyatt was going to go get the unemployment. I said, no. I'll open the place back up. We'll go like 25%. And he was all for it.
That's a pretty good idea. Save the unemployment. Who needs unemployment? That's a nasty hassle. Yeah. Just open your business at 25%. We saw nobody in there. And honestly, the tea, I mean, I won't speak ill of the food was great, Bobby. It's always good to see you. Now, you want to have some live music coming up this week, I understand.
I was thinking about that. Money. Always makes a lot of money for me.
A little live music makes some money. What kind of bands would you be considering playing in your restaurant this week? Who's playing in the restaurants?
Haven't been able to get a hold of a bunch of people. Been looking, though.
Do you have any leads? Do you have? I saw that you went ahead and advertised live music on Wednesday.
I did. We got a couple people that might show up or might not. I was thinking I could play the bongos if necessary.
I mean, music is music. It hardly matters in this town, right? These idiots will pay for anything.
Yeah. So, we're shooting for music by the end of the week. Actually, I think we might try it tomorrow. I got a couple bands that are just dying to get in here.
Maybe the knobs could get in there. How are you paying bands these days? Paying pretty good? I mean, that's a big risk to go and play in public, so I'm sure you're paying bands.
Lots of exposure. Lots of exposure.
What are we being exposed to exactly?
You're going to be exposed to maybe the most you've ever been exposed to. Now, I want you to understand that. Now, I want you to think about that. We're talking money here. We're talking exposure, one way or the other kind of deal.
Money
or exposure.
Which one are we talking? Money or exposure? I noticed you had some money.
Well, money for me, exposure more for y'all. But there'll be some money. It all trickles down kind of thing. You know how it works.
Oh, that feels better now.
I'm just a little bit worried, honestly, Bobby, about Wyatt. You don't think that he might have contracted the virus, do you?
Oh, no. There's absolutely no. Now, you want to see some sick people. You should go back to the back of the kitchen.
Oh, come on. Bobby, come on.
Can we get those cocktails or what?
Come on, Bobby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Bobby, world famous restaurant.
Keep on hanging in there, Bobby.
So you keep on hanging in there. Keep it real. Holy moly. Good Lord, you want to see some sick people go to the kitchen.
I want to take us back to Twitch for a minute. Say hi to all of our Twitch followers.
I'm getting out of this restaurant as fast as I
yeah,
can.
let's get
get
out
back
of
to the
there.
studio.
First of all, Emily's a little upset that you're doubting her reality of having the sam Garfield mug. And then
I have this one right here. How can you have this one right here?
We've got Kalijah Music joining us for the first time. First time watcher,
Micah.
first time commenter. You know?
Hello, Micah.
Yeah, and someone's going to be exposed for sure, you're right. And then Robert Anderson says we could get rich and famous playing at Bobby's restaurant. So thank you.
You know, he did promise plenty of exposure.
Oh my God, we have a Wilder bill.
Speaking of exposure, our next guest normally performs with nothing more than a G-string on. His name is Clayton The Crusher, and he's flanked by his manager, Lady Tracy. Please welcome Clayton The Crusher and Lady Tracy to the show. All the way from Florida, where, of course, pro wrestling has been dubbed an essential working environment. So these are...
We are essential here. Wrestling is an essential sport. Clayton The Crusher here is very essential. You know what I mean? I think we could all just can't do without him.
We're big fans of Clayton now, and we understand you've got a big match coming up. Clayton, is there reason for concern? It looks like you've got an ice pack on your neck.
Well, see, he wants me to talk
Saving
for
his
him because
voice.
he's trying to rest his neck pipe right now. See, you got to be careful with those neck pipes. He was practicing a Corona cartwheel, and then he ended up accidentally turning it into the COVID Crusher, and it just squished it a little bit. Now it's not all the way closed; it's just a little pinched. Just a little pinched. So he's gonna try to rest his vocal cords right now, and I'm going to try to help nurse him back to health for his big match that he's got coming up next week with, Crazy Barbecue.
Very nice.
Crazy barbecue. Boy, nothing's worse than a torque on the trachea when you're trying a power flex. So barbecue, explain this rivalry, because this is kind of new to everyone on the show. You guys are actually Texas natives from Lockhart.
Well, I am. I started out there with my sister Barbara, and I moved to Florida to try to get away from her. She's just me, And I met old Clayton The Crusher.
Clayton.
And we get old Florida, just running the regular circuit. I'm in management, and he's in the wrestling. And I grew up in the wrestling business. My dad was a manager, my mom was a wrestler, and both me and Barbara went into it. And she just has never gotten over the fact that we both have opposite barbecue tastes. I'm more of a Kreutz's kind of person, and she likes the Black's barbecue, and so we just went our separate ways,
Let me get this straight. Whoa.
What is it?
Your sister, Barbara Q, is going to wrestle Clayton in the ring.
Yeah, well, she really wants to, and we've been trying to avoid it, but it looks like it's just inevitable, so he's been practicing, and thus the injury. But she's been harassing us nonstop. She's been harassing us and calling us and all of this. Did you guys? Is that you guys?
We heard a knock. That's some
Not
real
us.
redneck stuff.
Is that a knock?
Her sister's
Hold on.
wrestling.
Yeah, I better have a beer for this.
Let me go get the door. I'm going to leave you with the Crusher here. He might be able to help you.
I hope it's not my mom. Maybe my mom went to check in on the snorkel.
Maybe it's Karen.
She's always, but could be Karen. Could be Mr. X. Who could it be? Who could it be now? Hello, Clayton. I'm sorry you're voting. I'm sorry about the trachea tackle. I'm sorry about your voice. You have a beautiful voice. We love to hear you every week.
Oh my God!
Uh-oh. What's this?
Barbara,
Oh.
what are you doing here?
That's Barbara.
She's early.
Wait, you don't know what's up. I'm here to answer my text messages. Barbara, I will not respond to that kind of language. What kind of language? I'm just talking like you talk to me. And I want to see that man of yours. He's got a crushing coming to him. He thinks he's a crusher. Barbara, go away.
Oh! What is this? Is that Barbara?
No, he's not.
Is that the barbecue crusher?
He's got some secret moves coming up here. Where'd he go? Oh,
It's barbecue.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's
Who are
barbecue.
you?
Hi.
I'm no one to be.
Are you people teaching him secret lessons on the internet?
Not at all. No, we are not.
Are y'all from New York City?
She's from New York City.
Oklahoma.
We're actually the barbecue fan club. We're cheering you on to victory this Saturday in your match. We always
my goodness.
We've always
You've heard of Miss Barbecue, then, have you?
We've always heard you have impeccable taste at barbecue. In barbecue?
You see these pinchers? They're going to take that Clayton the Crusher, so-called Crusher, and I'm going to smoke his sausage till he don't know dry rub from wet sauce.
Oh! Damn.
Chicken so hard, I'm going to go at him with a flying clothesline until he can't tell his chicken from his brisket. I'm going to smoke him. I'm going to smoke him.
You sound tough, barbecue. I think
scared.
that our fans might just be getting behind you.
You know, Bill was a wrestler in his day, too. Maybe
I was a little guy. I was wiry. I could get around the fellas in the ring, you know.
You didn't know much about barbecue.
What's your favorite move?
My favorite move was always just to thumb up the poop chute. I mean, it's always there if you need it.
That's the kissing cousin with a stink face. You know what that one is, right?
We had different names for it in Oklahoma, but same thing. I mean,
that makes sense then. That does make sense.
Now, the match is coming up on pay-per-view Friday, May 29th, right here on the Tgi Fun Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a historic moment. We're going to have the match right here on pay-per-view. Barbecue versus Clayton the Crusher, May 29th, Twitch TV, Wild Bill ATX. Make some noise for Clayton the Crusher and Barbecue. And join us May 29th for the pay-per-view. Thank you for joining Barbecue.
That's going to be a good one. Yeah.
My goodness sakes. Wow. Well, we will look forward to that match. That was a big announcement. We just got that news tonight that we were going to get that match. We were going to get the privilege of that match. Next up, speaking of privileges, I've been wanting to check up with this guy. He hasn't been on the show for a while. Welcome to the stage, Mr. X, one of our favorites.
How you doing?
Mr. X, love you, dog. It's been a minute since you've been on the show. Now, the last time you were on, you saw Coronavirus Karen. Last week, I mean, if you don't mind me prying into your personal life a little bit, Karen received a package that looked suspiciously like it could have been from you. In fact, it even featured a couple of X's on the package. Was that?
Well, as a matter of fact, I sent over a little bit of toilet paper because I thought she might be running low.
So he admits to it.
Seems like a woman who pays attention to her hygiene.
Yes.
I think she goes through the toilet paper rolls, too.
Well, you know, the only thing worse than using too much toilet paper is not using enough.
I mean, you've got the crowd behind you on that one, Mr. X.
Well, has she done something different with her hair?
She actually had, she did look good in that bathtub tonight.
Or do you think maybe she went to the salon? I mean, surely she wouldn't. That doesn't sound like her.
Perhaps so. I think they're about open in Texas.
Yeah, Texas is, things are happening there. Yeah.
Well, her
sound
hair
like
looked
her, though.
really nice.
Maybe just to shame people.
Mr. X, we try to keep it current on the show. I saw the new big thing this week was Plandemic. Have you seen Plandemic? And what do you know about this recently released Plandemic video that is stirring people's emotions?
Well, this is the tip of the iceberg on a huge scandal.
Huge scandal.
Yeah, let me tell you. Have you heard of Cher?
Oh, yeah.
Have I heard of what?
Cher.
Cher
is behind this whole thing. She
Oh,
funded it and everything.
Are you serious? Cher
She funded it? I didn't know she had that much money.
Yep.
Cher
And let me
funded
tell you
it.
something else. Her and Donald Trump used to be an item about 55 years ago. And they had
That's
a
about the
love
time as the last
child.
pandemic, right?
They had a love child. And she's still mad at him, and she's trying to get back to him.
Did you say it a love child?
They have a love child. Cher and Donald Trump have a love child.
Yeah, and let me tell you this is coming all the way from the damn
Top.
Pentagon secret files. Their love child is Boris Johnson.
What?
Boris Johnson. is the love child of
Intense.
Donald Trump, and shit, I hope that's not true. But I also don't like.
I wonder if our
Boris
English
Johnson.
friends are watching. They would be very interested.
I
in
think
this.
I just want to like share more than that is the problem with this theory. Wow.
Well, it's going to be coming out, but you're going to hear it first on the TGI show.
That's right, Tgi Fun Show. Boy, so you've got one of your patented pie hole masks on. Have sales been doing okay for you with your pie hole mask?
Yeah, mostly internet sales right now, but we're about to get a big distribution from Walmart.
I can imagine that you would. You would fit Walmart perfectly. Mr. X, have you heard that Mike Pence staffer has been diagnosed with the coronavirus?
Yeah, well, let me tell you about that.
Please.
Well, you know what's actually happened? You remember when Mike Pence went to the Mayo Clinic a few weeks ago and didn't wear a mask?
Yes, we do recall that. We covered that on the show.
He actually got the coronavirus and gave it to everybody on his staff, and now they're trying to cover it up by saying it was his makeup artist who got it and gave it to him and everybody else.
Makeup artist. You gotta
Sounds
have
like
somebody
a
to
cover-up.
blame. You
I
gotta
mean,
have somebody.
makeup
to
artists use cover up too, so that makes sense.
Not to mention fixing that hair of his.
blame. I mean, that's a whole other beast. What have you been doing to pass the time as of late, Mr. X?
Well, I can't really tell you. I've been doing too much of gardening and fishing and things of that nature. You know, between my trips to the Pentagon and D.C.
Right. And do you have any advice for the good people at home as people are starting to wonder which way they should go? Should they stay home? Should they go out? What's your advice, Mr. X, in closing?
Well, let me tell you this, and this is sentiment in D.C. Coronavirus is over, so might as well resume your lives.
Coronavirus is over. You've heard it first right here from Mr.
It's
X.
official now. It's official.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's plateaued a long time ago, and there's a bunch of fear mongering out there, but that's about it.
So you're just wearing the mask now for marketing and to sell them to everyone else. You know, you still got to capitalize off those masks that you bought.
It's one of my
Walmart,
principal
you know.
sources of revenue, yes, sir.
Well, next May 29th, we have an epic TGI Fun Show event. Barbecue is going to wrestle Clayton the Crusher live on the show. And me and Amanda Len, because we like you so much and we like Karen, we got you guys ringside tickets to the match. Right here on TGI Fun Show, May 29th.
Wow, that is quite a privilege.
Yeah. So I hope you'll join us on our first ever wrestling championship match right here on the TGI Fun Show.
I can't wait.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. X. It's always a pleasure for having you. And we want to have you back soon.
Thank you, Mr. Wild. We'll see you around. Say hello to Karen if you see her around.
We look forward to seeing her on the 29th.
Can't wait. I want to catch back up with Twitch though, make sure we're not missing anybody. We've got a new person joining us on Twitch who is a Wilder Bill, someone that may be wilder than
Wilder
me.
Bill?
I don't know
What
who
does
that
Wilder
could
Bill
be.
say?
Well, they first say hot smoking meat. That was back in the barbecue days, you know.
Yeah.
And Robert thinks barbecue looks like a handful. She does. Also, Bill Gates is behind salons being open. I don't know about that. The Dos Equis virus is next.
The Dos Equis
Who could
virus.
say that's not correct? You know, I mean, that's
Dos Equis virus.
pretty good.
The two
point.
X's on
Pretty good
the
point.
package. That's interesting.
Yes.
Also interesting, and speaking of packaging, a lot of conspiracy theories going around. You don't get a lot of talk about snacking conspiracy theories, but there are some out there, and one was recently brought to our attention. So we went ahead and found the world-renowned snack expert on conspiracy theories, all the way from King's Heath, not to be confused with King's Sheath. Welcome to the TGI Fun Show, Tasty Tina. Oh, I might have said that wrong. She's actually, I apologize. You're from Birmingham tonight, not King's Heath.
Well, Birmingham is a suburb of Kings Heath, isn't it? So
Gotcha.
technically, both statements are true.
We don't know. You gotta educate us.
Kings Heath is a small suburb of South Birmingham, next to Moseley, where the posh people live. But Kings Heath is where us normal folk reside.
The normals, the NYs. Well, it's great to see you, Tina. Now, tell us a little bit about this. It's Waver's chips, Waver's crisps.
No, Bill, it's Walkers.
Walkers. I had that all wrong.
Thank you. It must be part of the conspiracy.
Of the world they call Lays, but we don't do that in England. We call them Walkers.
That's right. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because I've always been curious. It looks like Lay's. Is that your Lay's?
We own it, obviously. Yes, it's ours. I don't know why they have to call it Lays.
So our Waverly is your.
We think it's
okay,
ours.
Gotcha.
No, it's yours.
No.
Makes
I
perfect
think
sense.
everything originated from the mother country.
That makes a lot of sense. If you don't know, England's a lot older than the United States, so that would check out.
You don't know.
That those countries.
Considerably. I believe we invented the crisp in 1642.
And
we weren't around.
we bastardized it when we called it the chip, which is actually a French fry.
Correct. No, because a French fry is thin. A chip is fat. I don't know.
That's right. It's more like a quarter of a potato.
It's a struggle talking with you people, to be honest.
The things we learn.
Everything like a bit wrong, and it's very infuriating, but I will persevere nevertheless.
They've dumbed down our education system is just nil. It's like less than this right now.
Can any of you read?
Oops.
What?
What?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
What does your shirt say? Yes, ma'am?
This conspiracy is about the colours of the packets. Do you understand this word packet?
Yes. What the chips come in? It's like a sack or a bag.
Exactly. Now, most brands have blue for salt and vinegar. The sea is blue. Salt and vinegar put on fish, so therefore it's blue. And then cheese and onion is green because onions come from the ground, which is sometimes green if there's grass on it. So that's why everybody except Walkers who have switched said colours. But those of us in the know, remember in the 80s, it was not always this way. It used to be the other way around, and then they flipped it, and now they're lying to us, saying that it was never that way, and it was.
How many mistakes have you made and got the wrong flavor just because you went for the color of the bag?
Exactly. Imagine the horror if you were expecting a salt and vinegar crisp and you got a cheese and onion.
No.
I mean, that could really mess up your day.
Sometimes I don't like to let people know that I'm drinking alcohol, so I'll put a real cup of coffee in front of me with a cup of coffee with alcohol in it, and I'll be drinking my alcohol, and I'll accidentally go for the coffee. Ruins my day.
Every time.
Ruins
There's nothing like an unexpected mouthful to freak you right out.
Now, you seem pretty confident that there's been a change made, whereas the corporation says it's always been this way, and that's the controversy, correct?
They are lying, and they have changed Google. This is some deep state shit right here.
Changed Google.
Yeah. So you can't even investigate this properly. But let me tell you, I was alive in the 80s, and we remember, and we will not be fooled.
This is like a Mandela effect.
We're not easily fooled.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
Let's get some applause there. So it's like a Mandela effect. It's like a Mandela effect, totally. Berenstain Bears. What's some more?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm going to trust you both because you seem nice.
Well, we can read, so you know.
Mandela effect is the same thing.
You're better than a lot of Americans, I can tell you that much.
It's where one thing, you remember one thing one way, and then all of a sudden it's the other way.
You're wrong.
So
Correct. Exactly that. Well done.
One American
That's
version of it is as a kid we had the Berenstain Bears. But everybody now says it's the Bernstein Bears.
Yeah.
Like it was never the Berenstain Bears. So it's that, but in chip form, in snack form.
And it's like they got rid of all the other ones that had it this way.
They're sneaky and they will hide the evidence, and you have to stay vigilant.
Tasty Tina, What are some of your approved snacks during this time that you would say are safe to snack on?
Well, I have a display that I've built here, which I think you'll accept is rather wonderful.
Is that some HP sauce? That's some good stuff.
We have some excellent condiments. This is my personal favourite. Now, this is HP sauce. The H stands for houses, and the P stands for Parliament. This is what MPs eat. You can see, look, there's the Houses of Parliament on there. That's Big Ben. Yep, it is. So this is HP sauce, not to be confused with A1. It's inferior American counterparts.
Have you tried Heinz 57? Because I think it's pretty.
What about?
No. This is the only acceptable one. You listen to me now. This is the only acceptable one.
I was hoping for some Harry Potter sauce. HP. That's the.
Houses of Parliament, darling. Houses of Parliament predate Harry Potter. I mean, I don't know what I was going to teach about history, but anyway, this I believe was started. It's by appointment to Her Majesty, obviously the Queen. 1899. This is from, which I think is not older than fucking Harry Potter. Anyway.
Yes, the crowd will agree with you.
Condiment number 2. Coleman's mustard. Again,
that's a strong mustard.
It is strong mustard. With the inferior yellow slop that you get fed if you're in America. You'd have a spoonful of this. Your nose will run for a week. Okay? Number 3, Marmite.
Yes, make some noise for Marmite.
Food. What is wrong with you? That's what I've got to say about that. Clearly, this is also very strong. You're noticing a theme here. Strong, strong, strong. British people like strong flavour. This is only to be spread on bread, and you don't do anything else with it. And you certainly don't eat it off a spoon, otherwise you're basically an idiot.
You want to put it on
a numpty.
A numpty. You're a numpty. It's not my fault. There's numpties everywhere. And finally, we have the best probably COVID snack, warns off the COVID virus. And that is some mushy peas.
Mushy peas, yes. Make some noise for the mushy peas.
Would you like some mushy peas with some HP sauce or just some
Yeah, you can put your HP sauce on your mushy peas. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, for the win.
Yeah. These are in a dried form, and you add water to them and cook them. It might be hard for you Americans to do this, but think of it like a green, mushy mac and cheese, and then you'll be all right.
Oh,
can we add cheese?
It makes mushy peas.
If you're a Roman, you'll add cheese.
I mean, Parmesan on top.
Which most of you are. So you probably would add cheese to that. Then finally we have 2 canned goods, which are cream of tomato soup. Again, much better to that Campbell's, whatever it is that you eat. Which I didn't even know that is like some condensed nonsense that you have to add water to. Why would you do that? Anyway, and then the legendary Heinz baked beans.
Yes, the baked beans.
That's quite the display.
So get snacking, folks. That's what I've got to say. Get snacking. All of these are available in America. You just have to look hard for them and pay an exorbitant price.
The beans would go great on a rough piece of bread, just like the Marmite would. You just slap it on there.
Now you're talking this. If you're really clever, you're going to put your Marmite on your toast, then you're going to cook your beans, and then put the beans on top of all of that.
That sounds like some flavor.
That is the pro tip right there of the week.
Tasty Tina.
Nutritious and delicious.
Well, Tasty Tina, we appreciate your insight and your infinite wisdom. Please come back and join us at the end of the show for the all-in. Make some noise for Tasty Tina, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Delightful.
Let's have a Twitch moment. See what if anybody has questions that we can share with Tasty Tina later.
Yeah, let's go to the Twitch.
Well, we think that
we can do Twitch Q&A at the end.
HP goes great on MPs. Micah says from Collage Music.
Micah says, what's he say?
He says HP goes great on MPs. I'm guessing he's saying members of Parliament.
HP goes great on MPs.
Yeah, well said. Yes. It is a little un-American, but it's the opposite opposite of un-American too, so it's a little confusing. Yeah, we say potato. Yeah. Anyway, we have some random, some good comments here. We're just talking about crackers and crisps.
If anybody would like to chime in on the Twitch, please feel free to.
Feel free.
And we're going to welcome our final guest of the evening. Last but not least, he was a hit last week, and he's reporting from off location. Welcome to the stage, Nashville Ned, who's reporting from Dollywood this week.
Dollywood.
Nashville Ned.
Hello.
Nashville Ned's got a gun.
Everybody's got a gun here in Tiffany. And where am I? Oh, yeah. Dollywood, I guess.
Dollywood, okay.
On location, if you know what that means, down in Texas.
Nashville Ned.
Dollywood.
Nashville Ned, why are you in Dollywood? This wouldn't have anything to do with you chasing down the cure to the coronavirus and Dolly Parton's you-know-whats, would it?
You bet your damn ass it does.
I figured as much. You know.
I'm here in Gatlinburg, I think they call it. Near the what they call the Oak Ridge Biolaboratories.
Oak Ridge
Coincidence?
Biolaboratories.
I don't think so, punk.
Boys.
So that would make me think Oak Ridge Boys.
I think they're involved.
Yes.
See that guy with the beard.
Well, you have a
Never
nice
trust
beard,
a guy with a beard, they say.
Do you have any more hot conspiracy theories to share with us this week?
Well, let me tell you, let me just continue on about what we were just talking about, which is very important. Don't forget it. That laboratory at Oak Ridge is where they made both Randy Travis and Travis Tritt. They came out of the same test tube, but there ain't nobody actually named Travis out there. You know, that's a fake name.
Travis is a fake name.
I didn't know that, but I can't argue.
And, you know, what I found out through the Travises and the Tritts and the Randys is that them cameras might actually be in Dolly Parton's nipples.
Might?
You told us last week
Whoa,
they were.
what do you mean might? Like, we were fully bought into this.
That's
It
the
made-
prophecy.
I got Travis and everybody telling me to check into it a little more, I'm saying.
Travis. Is there a
Oh, you
Randy?
something?
Is there a Randy?
Ronnie Millsap.
Oh, Ronnie
On
Millsap.
FaceTime.
Hey,
I want to,
everybody.
as soon as I get Dolly, I heard she's here. As soon as I get her to show me them knockers and turn on the cure for the damn coronavirus, FaceTime, ready to go.
Rockin' Ronnie is ready to decode the codes. I love it.
They say Ronnie loves to FaceTime. That's just what I heard. He can't get enough of it.
You're a true patriot, Nashville, and it actually looks like you've made some progress. I can't believe that's what we're talking about this week. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm getting close, Bill. I'm getting close, and the temperature's getting hotter, if you know what I mean.
I hate to say that I think I do know what you mean, and it actually makes sense.
And I got like another little nugget for you if you clean the gook out of your ears and listen for a second.
Oh, let's have it.
All right, you heard of this guy Michael Flynn or whatever the hell they call him.
The guy,
they just let him out of jail or something
yeah.
for lying to the CIA. Well, let me tell you who he's working with. None other than his best friend, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. And
Bill Gates, the musical manager of the band Hall & Oates, who have we all know over the years they've been investing in agricultural freight, and so you know who's doing really well right now? Agricultural freight.
So you're saying
you just put the pieces together and it's so obvious.
Hall and Oates are
They're hauling oats. Is
They're-
that what you're
That's
saying?
right. That's what you heard it here
Get
first.
out of town, Hall and Oates. Hall and Oates.
America's back to
I mean, it's been
Hall
right
and
on our
Oates.
face this whole time, and we didn't even see it. I'm also here at Dollywood, and I'm telling you, I'm staging a good old-fashioned Tennessee protest Until I see them knockers and get a motorboat, that's the only way we're going to beat this damn virus.
Oh, make some noise for Nashville Man, ladies and gentlemen. One of our absolute favorites. Oh, good to see you, Ned. We hope you'll join us in our all-in-one coming up in about probably 5 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us. And if you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow. Give us a comment right now.
We got a new one from Jason Slick, is a new commenter.
Jason Slick, welcome to
he
the
had a good one.
show.
Hall & Oates, I can't go for that.
I can't go.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Jason.
We're going to welcome all of our guests to the show. And if you have a question for any of the guests at home, we welcome questions for our guests now. Welcome to the stage.
We certainly do.
All of our fine guests tonight.
Hello. What the luck, Nashville Ned is a real genius.
Let me call you back.
Now, here we are.
Yeah, we're open for questions.
We are open for questions. I just want to say one final thing. Thanks for everybody for watching at home. Follow along on Twitch if you haven't yet. We really appreciate that. We're going to have a super show on May 29th. All of your favorites are going to be on. We're going to have a wrestling match with Barbecue and Clayton. There's going to be live dating between
Dating.
well,
That sounds
amazing.
amazing.
Coronavirus Karen and well, I shouldn't
think
call
that
it a date. Yeah, I got
She
tickets for
wouldn't
the
know.
front row.
That's true.
I'm trying to make a love connection happen on the show. I mean, come
so
on.
they're gonna.
Anyway, tune in. May 29th is going to be our next one. Big show going down right here on the TGI Fun Show. Do we have any questions from the galley?
I don't think we have any.
Do any of our
questions
guests have any
yet.
questions
No.
they'd like to ask each other? Anybody got anything?
I would like to know more about Boris Johnson. What was said about Boris Johnson?
Well, let me tell you, he is actually the love child between Cher and Donald Trump.
Oh my God, you guys only just figured that out. We knew
Yeah.
Cher
that.
was 18
That's-
when she
invented
had
that.
this love child, and Donnie was 22, I believe.
Pretty obvious if you think about it.
And Donnie's dad made that kid get shipped over to England so they never see him again.
Very sensible. We'll deal with him. Just send him over here. We'll deal with him.
Sorry
Makes
about that.
sense. Yeah, that's
We're
new.
dealing with them.
That's
too,
new
yeah.
info for the U.S. though, for sure. We don't have good intel. In fact, Mr. X is our #1 intel agent.
Tina,
And
give
let
us
me
some
tell you,
intel.
that Nashville Ned, that guy's a pretty smart guy. I think I got a man crush on him.
Oh
There are
wow,
crushes on everyone.
boy, there's no
Mr.
ends
X.
to Mr. X's sexuality. I
We
tell
should
you
get
what.
Nashville now to
It
see
ain't
on the other
that
side.
kind of crush.
Yeah, man, maybe we can go out and shoot some people. Some cans or something sometime.
Yeah, some Mexicans or some Puerto Ricans or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
come on, you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Horrible. Come on, this is a family
Discriminate when it comes to cans.
program. What are we talking about?
We don't have any questions. I'd just like to interrupt to say someone says Boring Johnson, and that's Wilder Bill. Wilder Bill. Seemed like a good time to introduce that comment.
Maybe Wilder
Thank
Bill is
you,
Andy.
Wilder Bill.
What if Wilder Bill is Andy from Scarborough?
It's possible. I can't find out anything.
Anyway,
I'm not a moderator.
Thanks everybody for watching at home. Thank you for following on the Twitch. Please let your friends know about the show. Our next one's going to be the TGI Fun Show Mega Show, May 29th. So mark it on your calendars and tune in. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for all of our guests. Be safe, everybody. No drinking and driving out there. And we will see you next time.